Hiring is becoming more talent-driven as workforce expectations shift and hiring dynamics evolve across industries. To explore the disconnect, we have here Helmi Yusuf of Aon and Glenn Chua of Robert Walters Singapore. Welcome, Helmi and Glenn. Let's begin with a bit of context for our viewers. What's behind the shift to a candidate-driven talent market?
Well, thank you so much for having me. Well, first of all, it's not a broad-based shift. The market is only truly candidate-driven in niche areas like AI, data, and cloud, where demand exceeds supply. Outside of that, hiring remains largely employer-led, with companies being more cautious and more selective. What we're really seeing in split market is scarce specialized talent has more leverage, while the rest of the workforce is still navigating a tighter hiring environment.
There are organizations that are undergoing reforms when it comes to their business model. So they're looking to expand their geographical footprint, to expand their revenue base, also develop new channels, new strategies to penetrate deeper into the customer segments they're operating in order for them to augment their business model. There is also expectation for them to hire new skill sets into the organization, and hence that would actually entail the organization to look externally into the talent market to see what exactly are new skill sets we can procure from the external talent market. The movement towards the candidate-driven market can also be attributed through reason number two, and that is because of certain cost efficiency that is being driven by the organization. So if an organization is looking to drive certain digital reforms in order for them to achieve certain cost savings, that would entail the organization to actually implement new projects. In order for them to implement these new projects, there's also expectation for the organization to take a look at the external talent market to see what exactly are specific candidates that would bring forth relevant skill sets that is critical and empirical to the organization. The third one would be about organizations that are undergoing key transformational reform in the form of new organization structure or development. When they see that some of these skill sets are missing in the current workforce, they have no choice but to take a look in the external talent market to take a look at specifically which candidates or which external hires can bring forth.
But beyond salary, which factors most influence top talent's decision to join or leave a company?
Salary is no longer a main differentiator. Flexibility, job stability, team culture, and growth opportunities are now playing a much bigger role in how professionals choose jobs. In Singapore, for example, a recent report showed that about 1 in 5 employees are overqualified for their roles. Many are consciously trading seniority or pay for better work-life balance and overall quality of life. That does tell us that people are making more deliberate, values-driven career choices.
So with the organizations that we have worked with, we always take a look at building what we say is the rewards proposition or the people value proposition. When organizations take a look at offering total rewards or building the people value proposition, there are 5 main tenets that they can take a look at. Beyond just salary, there is also benefits. So what can I offer in terms of paid time off? What exactly are programs I can offer when it comes to insurance for the employees? What exactly are flexible benefits program? Perquisites such as golf membership, perquisites such as fitness club membership. There would also be a third category. We call those recognition programs. What kind of monetary recognition, non-monetary recognition, sport awards, chairman awards that can be provided to employee in building the total rewards program. Tenet number 4 is all about development program. So what kind of developmental program can I send an employee for in order for them to build their career with the organization? Tenet number 5 is all about the work environment. So what kind of flexibility can we build in the work environment? What kind of well-being programs, social well-being programs, physical well-being programs can we build in the work environment? Something interesting that we have seen is that when it comes to across almost all parts of the world, number one and the most important driver for total rewards is always compensation. If we don't have competitive compensation, if we don't have above market compensation, the story is a bit different for Asia Pacific. According to Aeon's Future of Total Reward study, we have seen that even though compensation is important, The number one driver when it comes to attraction and retention of talent is development. So employees understand that compensation is important, but what's more important for them down the road is actually developmental programs.
So let's say in case businesses fail to adapt to these evolving workforce expectations, what risks would they possibly face?
The biggest risk isn't immediate attrition, it's disengagement. Employees may stay, but you start to see a drop in productivity, slower collaboration, and weaker innovation. We're seeing also a shift from quiet quitting to what we also some call quiet cracking, where people are present but stretched and disconnected. If that builds up over time, it directly impacts culture, performance, and ultimately how well a business can retain and attract talent.
I would say the biggest risk is actually the risk of losing your critical and top talent. And when you lose your critical and top talent, I would say there is profound impact on the organization in three ways. So point number one, so some of your critical and your top talent will be instrumental in achieving your organizational outcomes. Specific KPIs, specific strategic imperatives, specific new businesses we're looking to launch in the organization. If you were to lose your critical and your top talent, the probability of achieving your mandate and your goals is actually diminished. So impact number two would come in the form of impairment to the employee morale and employee sentiments in the organization. Some of the talent that we choose to lose or choose to leave the organization, they actually have a big profound impact in terms of the culture and shaping the work environment. And the third big risk would be risk in terms of retention of institutional knowledge. So when we lose talent, and when we lose talent that have deep institutional knowledge, it can actually impair the efficiency in terms of the way we carry out work.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, Helmi and Glenn. Hope you can both join us again soon.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Once again, those were Helmi Yusuf, Emerging Markets Advisory Leader, Talent Solutions for Southeast Asia at Aon, and Glenn Chua, Senior Manager for Banking and Financial Services at Robert Walters Singapore. For more news, visit sbr.com.sg.